You're looking at the desk, which means it's time for a video. Today we're looking at the Fujifilm MX600 zoom digital camera. This was a technological achievement at the time because the time it was released, which was around 1999-2000, it was 1.5 megapixels. And to get all this advanced technology at the time, you had to get something that weighed like a ton. Well, it doesn't actually weigh a ton, it weighs around 500 grams. But compared to, let's say, an iPod Nano, 5th generation, this thing's a beast. It's probably like 10 times the thickness of an iPod Nano 5th generation. And it'll take about 10 centimetres, 4 inches wide, and about 2 inches, 5 centimetres high. So this thing weighs a ton and it's sized like a brick. So let's have a look at the front. Sorry, that's just some pen mark. As you can see, it has a xenon flash, a focusing light, a viewfinder. Look, you can see a desk through it, and a zoom lens. It's I think it's 2 times optical zoom, but I'm not sure. I'll clarify that. Look, digital camera MX600 zoom. Has this rubberized grip thingy there. And look at the bottom. Had a tripod mount, and this battery, it must be a camcorder battery because the size of this thing, and it isn't even that bulky. It's an NP100 by Fujifilm. I'll put that in later. So if we have a look at the rear then, and that thing hanging around is a lens cap because there's no automatic lens cover, so you have to put the lens cap on yourself. So on the back there's a viewfinder with a little light to tell you when your photos look good and things. This is to adjust the focus of the viewfinder. A set button, a menu, and I think that EXE probably stands for execute, I'm not sure. Just get zooming on that. There. And the zoom controls are part of a D-pad. I think they're a bit fiddly because the D-pad's very small compared to this big behemoth of a camera. There's the shutter button. It's quite hard to press as well. The function dial, which feels quite good. Now what all the functions are, so PC mode, lock mode, which I think is locking your pictures, delete pictures, play pictures. I actually find that funny that have to have 2 modes for two separate modes for deleting and playback. Because on every other digital camera I've used, the delete mode is always integrated into the playback mode. Camera mode, manual camera mode, and self-timer mode. That's also another funny thing about this camera. 2 separate modes for self-timer and normal camera. Although I guess Fujifilm were trying to make it simple. And the menu. And this screen is absolutely tiny in real life. It's probably only more size like 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch. Display button, and I'll show you what memory cards it takes. Old-fashioned smart media cards. And what size is this? And the ports it has digital. I think that's for connecting it to a computer, but on the connection front, you could buy a floppy disk adapter for smart media, which it was really cheap at the time. Video out, which you could just use any headphone jack to video out cable with it, and a DC in port. I forgot to mention the power switch is one of those slidey ones that go. So this is an overview of the MX600 zoom. Thank you for watching.